Let me tell you something. One of the most delightful sensations that you will ever feel as a man is being able to instinctually spot bullshit immediately. It's one of the greatest satisfying moments that you'll have as a man is when you can sit back, kick your feet up, and spot absolute bullshit. Was watching the Australian Open the other night. Shit was like 1:30 in the morning. And I turned the TV on and I'm watching Joker play Sinner. And one of the things, anyone who lives a high stakes life, one of the first sort of tertiary benefits of that is that it really does sharpen your senses. It really does sharpen your senses. When you've had millions of dollars on games and shit like that in your life, you develop a very keen eye for anything that is off. Yo, someone give me a fucking hand wave if you can hear my audio clearly. I need a quick DM check. Someone DM me and tell me if you can hear me clearly because my Wi-Fi's fucked up. Okay, cool. So check this out. So I'm watching the Australian Open and I'm watching some of the most high level tennis in the world, right? And Joker's in trouble. Joker's in trouble. He's on the ropes. He's about to get clapped. He's down 2 sets. It's a best of 5. And he's serving at deuce, which means if Sinner gets the advantage, we're looking at match point and it's all she wrote. He's boarding the flight and he's heading the fuck home from Australia, right? So magically, a Deus Ex Machina gets injected into the scene, and at 40-40 at deuce, with his back against the wall, some fucking civilian in the audience magic has a vax attack. Literal vax attack, heart attack, collapses in the fucking stands. The entire fucking stadium erupts in a brouhaha, and fucking paramedics have to drag this guy out, and the players are paused, and there goes toasted in a blink of an eye. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, this is real. Every midwit watching this does not have the faintest iota of a clue how the world really works and how people in power, especially when it comes to entertainment and prize fighting and competing for the largest prizes in the world, people don't understand the lengths that people will go to cheat and beguile you, right? So I'm watching this and I'm like, dude, this is so apparent to me that it's a plant. They had a motherfucker, literally, like an actor, planted in the stands right as Joker's about to get clapped. They fucking had him choreograph this fucking fake collapse and get the fuck out of the stadium to throw off the guy's rhythm. Now, it worked because the guy Joker ends up holding serve and he ends up winning the set. And he got clapped in the next one. But the point is he delayed his loss. He delayed it. It fucking worked. Threw the guy completely out. It was like a 20-minute delay getting this guy out of the stadium. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, average person truly can't comprehend the lengths that some of these teams and the brain trusts and that they have, the Machiavellian shit that they'll fucking pull to angle shoot and get any kind of fucking edge. That was a plant, my friends. That was not a real fucking vax attack. At 40-40 deuce, down 2-0, serving for the fucking match point. 0% chance. And I was just sitting there and I was fucking laughing. It was genuinely fucking hysterical to me how this shit really fucking works. There's a billion of these examples. There's a girl on TikTok or fucking Instagram right now, and she is beloved in the eyes of many because she has Tourette syndrome, ostensibly. Ostensibly, she has Tourette syndrome. And she makes videos and she'll be talking normally and then she'll literally have these spasmodic outbursts where she'll start fucking cursing and talking in these strange voices. And she's become like a media darling. Like she's literally grown and whipped up this massive fucking valley of support by doing this. And someone showed me the video and they were like, "What do you think of this shit?" And I was like, "Dude, it's fake as fuck. It's fake as fuck." I literally saw the video and in 30 seconds, I could tell this chick was acting. 0.0% chance this chick truly has fucking Tourette's. And I was like, this is what the internet has done to the average bear. The average bear is swindled and bamboozled on a daily basis into consuming the fakest fucking media. And they lap it up. They lap it the fuck up. No one has a clue like how fucking fake everything really fucking is. All these interview videos on the streets where people fucking say stupid responses to questions, that's all fucking choreographed. It's all fake. Everything is fucking choreographed for likes and views. Everything. The most raw, real videos that you think are live, 100% were crafted and fucking scripted. I remember another one. Someone showed me a video of a motherfucker in a bar that had a fucking armed robbery in it. And this pudgy, kind of corpulent, bald motherfucker was reading a newspaper and like eating some soup. And some fucking assailant comes in there with a rifle and starts holding the place up and robbing it for cash. And this guy is literally continuing to eat his meal, doesn't blink, doesn't flinch, doesn't even so much as take a gander at who the fuck is robbing the place, right? So I saw that video and I was like, dude, this is all fake fucking too. You could just tell by the orientation of the camera. Like the camera angle was way too specifically placed to zoom in on the dude who was being accosted who had no reaction to it. And so it just goes back to the ordinary point, which is that like the average man truly just doesn't have their wits about them. Like if you haven't lived life and you have no life experience, you watch this stuff and you just think everything's real. You have no clue what the operators and fucking tastemakers and, screen slingers are doing behind the scenes. Like, you don't understand how carefully curated the world is. It's a fucking Tim Burton movie. It's a fucking Tim Burton movie. Everything is fucking witchcraft, statecraft. The highest level events, these types of things are happening, this type of trickery. And so the point is very simple here, is that as a man, the best tool in your arsenal will always be the quick, rapid ability to spot this stuff. I'm telling you, it is the peak. It's the fucking apex to be able to see deeply into everything that's really going on behind the scenes in any fucking scenario. See what the real motive is, what the real meaning is underneath. And that was just the latest example. I chance across this shit tens, dozens of times a day. I'll see a video, boom, 10 seconds. I see the fucking smallest little sliver of fakery in it. Done. Done. Everything has been curated for likes and views. I want you to understand this. That everything you see on Instagram is 1,000% fake. That's how it is, and it's gonna get a lot fucking worse. It's gonna get a lot fucking worse. So if your instincts are hijacked and your amygdala don't work properly, good luck. Good luck. You're gonna have a really, really rough decade of navigation because everything is just getting faker and gayer. Everything. The UFC is borderline as bad as the WWE right now. Some of these fights that get scored are so unabashedly incorrect and wrong. And here's the funniest thing about it. When you see that something has clearly been rigged or compromised or tampered, You'll go on Twitter and you'll see hundreds of thousands of people bitching and moaning and pissing and complaining, saying, oh, the refs cheated. I'll never watch the NFL again. I'm going to boycott it. Fucking 7 days later, old boy's got the fucking Miller Lite back in the mug, in the lazy boy chair, going on the same carousel that he was on before. Same merry-go-round. Americans specifically have an extremely short-term memory. People will be up in arms, clawing the air, writhing in pain, jumping out of their chairs, outraged at something. And then one later, they're on the carousel with disbelief. It's all fake. It's all fake. Just understand that. All of this shit is just entertainment. All of these companies are designed to entertain. So they actually have the right to tamper and compromise and fuck with these games. Do you understand? It's within their right to do so. They're all filed corporately as entertainment companies. Switch lanes here. Pull someone up for some questions. I'm a man of the people. I like to hear what the boots on the ground have to say. What's up, Arian?
Yo, how's it going?
What's poppin'?
All right, I did not think I was gonna get picked first, but all right, here we go. So can you hear me well, by the way, or is my mic muffled?
Nah, you're good.
All right, so I wanted to get your point and more detail.
Now I lost you.
They got shit in the bag in their
Brother, I
position
can't
right
hear
now,
one I can't
and
hear one word you're
things.
saying. You completely cut off. Yo, 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 you completely cut off.
Yeah,
The fuck? No good deed goes unpunished.
am I good now?
Yeah, now you're way better.
Yo, am I good now?
Yeah, you got to give me a mulligan. You got to run that whole thing back. I didn't hear one word you said. All right, you're done. Melody, yo,
Yo,
brother, 3 strikes, you're out. We got Melody up here. Let's go, Jalen.
What up, bro?
What's up, baby?
All right, so my question is, concerning the benefits of this whole atmosphere that you just described, for people who can actually see past it and see through it. What do you think are some of the benefits, or how can that be beneficial to the man who sees past it?
Brother, it's really in the modern world, it's really just about protecting your beliefs, man. That's really what the whole game is right now. I genuinely believe I woke up this morning and it dawned on me that I truly do believe the average person would be much better off being completely illiterate. Completely illiterate because most people are completely a victim to misinformation, left and right, left, right, and center. They're just absolutely getting pan seared daily with absolute false facts and shit. I mean, bro, you can boil this down at every fucking level in society. Every fucking level. You just talk about the war, the Israeli war. Like, people have not yet figured out that if the media moves together in lockstep, in mass conjunction, and amplifies a conflict for the public to see, then you can bet your bottom dollar that there's 1,000 more atrocities being committed behind the curtain that are far more grotesque and horrifying that they will never bring to light. So anytime I see some kind of conflict, some sort of fucking Arab war, conflict between tribes of thousands of years, I don't. It doesn't even move my spirit anymore, because I'm like, okay, I get what's happening. Everyone's fucking blossoming and blooming this one cause, because we all know the true horrors are never going to be revealed. The cruelties and atrocities that are being committed behind the scenes will never, ever, ever touch the desk of any media news outlet. And like once you understand that, the whole thing's laughable. Anything that gets reported is a fucking joke. It's a fucking joke. It's like I said on my last spaces. People don't understand the fuck. You want to the Kardashians? Okay, look, there's a certain net worth that you hit in life where you're actually more of a prisoner than you are free. And the Kardashians are a great example. Those girls were groomed from an early age by management. They got the greatest talent management on earth that groomed in and came in and said, look, we're going to fucking filter everything you have to say through some kind of Judeo lens. And we're going to fucking push it en masse into the culture. We're going to pump it like oxygen into the fucking atmosphere. Those girls have not had an original opinion since probably fucking 4 years old. Everything they've pushed, everything they've said has been censored through a very carefully, meticulously crafted filter. Even the products that they sell. You understand? So they don't even have their own control of their own tongue. Their tongue has been completely fucking appropriated. You know what I'm saying? So it's like the whole purpose is, especially as a man, is you have to have the ability to spot this stuff, because it's how you protect your family. It's how you protect your family. I once said, and it's worth repeating, that the greatest quality you can have as a man is being in an inability to be bamboozled, because it's the number one quality that a woman looks for in a man, and she doesn't even know it. A woman doesn't even know the power and respect that she has for a man who nothing can get by him. She will give everything to a man like that. And the man who easily falls into traps is the biggest fucking liability on the planet to everybody that he loves, including himself. And so this is the first step. Being able to see these little Machiavellian little fucking ripples in the fabric of reality and being able to laugh at them. You know what
All
I'm
right, so
saying?
I'm actually really glad you brought that up, because I was going to ask you another question kind of about that. So you could recognize the bullshit, right? And with your family, how do you then protect them? You know what I'm saying? Like how do you not let it affect the people you love around you?
Because brother, it's like if you're the fucking patriarch and you're at the helm in your family and everyone's coming to you to look up to your guidance to point everybody in the right direction. I mean, look, I've given my girl a fucking year-long tutorial as to the fucking pitfalls of Instagram. Like she'll share videos with me from time to time. And then I will literally sit down and I'll give her a fucking 20-minute breakdown of why what she just showed me is completely fucking fake. And so she's gotten way better at identifying with it. And it's like a little game that we play now. Like she'll come to me now and she'll show me a video and she'll tell me why it's fake. And she'll give me a fucking fantastic analysis. And so it's empowerment, right? There's empowerment in this, in being able to see the nonsense in the world and being able to laugh at it is got to be one of the single most empowering things that you can do, because it's free. It's free. Don't take no effort. You just got to have a high IQ, but high IQ is malleable, right? If you're in stressful situations and you're a survivor, and this works well. This goes hand in hand with anybody who's running a business or living at the edge of life and really pushing really hard. Your senses get really fucking keen. You can pick up on the most minute details that have the biggest juice and the biggest impact in your life. And most people do not have this ability. And it's extremely sad. It's extremely sad to see men going through life thinking that everything that's being offered to them is real. And it's not. It's not at all. Like, people genuinely cannot comprehend how fake and gay truly everything really has become. Everything is a Potemkin village. Everything. It's all Wizard of Oz shit, man. It's
So
Wizard of Oz. It's just what it is. You pull
so
back
would
the
you
curtain,
say
there's a little elf pulling the ropes.
would you say it's a gift and a curse?
Hundred
Or
percent.
Okay.
100%. It's like I said, man. It's this kind of dovetails perfectly with my whole shtick that I had about you don't want to be too intelligent in social situations because you end up tripping over yourself. You know what I'm saying? There is a dragon within you when you become a very smart human being. There's a dragon in you that you want to be able to suppress because it's too powerful. It's too powerful. Having this kind of awareness is extremely fucking powerful. You know what I mean? You can crush people's 30-year visions and dreams with this types of awareness. That's why most people don't want to see it, by the way, because they know if they see it, a shaft of light is going to penetrate 30 years of a cataract that they've been living in. So most people would rather just walk around with the cataract. You understand? And I'm someone who always has just wanted the veil to be lifted. I like to get to the heart of the matter right away in anything that I do.
That's golden, bro. Thank you.
You got it. Finally, some fucking flow. That's the style, by the way, that you guys should be asking questions. Yo, Zen flow. Zen flow.
Sorry,
By the
sorry, I was
way,
muted,
don't.
bro. What up?
No, you're good. By the way, guys. By the way, hold on real quick. Don't take my word for this. Go find this girl on Instagram with the supposed Tourette's, and go watch those videos and do your best to actually see through what's really going on. And if you are a highly intelligent individual, you will definitely come to the conclusion that she's acting. That's all I want to say. Go ahead, bro.
Dude, I've seen that Tourette's girl. I was thinking about acting like I had Tourette's so I could just get away with saying shit.
That's what I'm saying, brother. Thank you. So
Dude,
that's what I'm saying, baby. So now you're hitting the deeper level, which is what I wanted
dude,
to
I
get
don't
to, which
think
is
I don't
that
think a lot of these people know what you're saying about lifting the veil and shit. And like, dude, we're like puppets of the divine, man. Like, I don't think they get it,
10,000%.
dude.
10,000%. I mean, look, a lot of this craziness that you see on the internet, these flamboyant personas who act insane and do outrageous shit on camera. People don't understand that a lot of this mental illness is also being faked for likes because it breaks the fourth wall. Bro, can you mute while I'm talking? Because you got a
Yeah.
fucking lot of static on there. Cool. Um, so what I'm trying to say is these motherfuckers are breaking the fourth wall. And people have discovered that in the modern culture, if you pretend to be crazy, you can literally get away with saying anything. You know what I'm saying? You have this sort of like immunity. And gay people figured this out, by the way. The gays community is literally they're the poster boys for this shit. Because when you're gay and you act gay and you're flamboyant publicly, they can fucking use the N word. They can be as racist and they can say things that an ordinary person would be dreadfully punished to say. So they live in a permanent state where they can break the fourth wall. Do you understand? And they get away socially with things that would be anathema for a normal person to say. And so people find power structures in these types of lifestyles. I don't think people truly understand people can easily wear a persona as simple as putting on a sweatshirt, as simple as changing clothes. People will change personas for power. The human animal is unreal in what it will do when it's powerless and struggling to try to level the playing field, by the way.
So you think that there is any real persona, or do you think that everyone has a persona and it's just a
No, I
choice of it?
mean, no, man. There's no such thing as I mean, people talk about being authentic and shit, and yeah, there's a component to that because that's just moving within the spirit. But ultimately, every man does curate a persona. That's what art is. Every man's life is an artistic expression. The way that you talk, the sentences that you use, the words that you use, it's art. It's an artistic expression. Everything that you do as a man is art. The way that you communicate, the way that you write, the way that you think, it's all an artistic expression. That's all it is. It's all it can be. That's all it can be. That's why the personality exists. That's why the personality is the overarching feature in the human experience, because it's malleable. Because it's malleable. And ultimately it's all about survival. So people will choose a persona that best suits their ability to survive and cope.
So, would you want to like consciously craft your persona according to an ideal in your head?
100%.
Mm-hmm.
100%. You should have a mythic ideal of who you want to be and try to hit that target.
Okay.
Because
So,
because you're only gonna get a fraction of what you want in life. Which is why I said you should always way overshoot your targets, because you're always gonna only capture a fraction of what it is that you want. That's true for everybody, by the way. It doesn't matter how much money you have in the bank or what you've accomplished. Every man is constantly overshooting what they want. And some people fall short and become a billionaire. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to imagine, if someone becomes a billionaire, you got to imagine how deep and mythical the goal truly was in the first place. Trust me, it exceeded being a billionaire by thousands of X's.
damn.
And it's like, oops, I missed that one. Oops, now I'm a billionaire. I fell short. There's motherfuckers falling short and becoming billionaires. Let me tell you something. All these little New York Times style fucking catechisms, like be 1% better every day, fucking atomic habit motherfuckers. I don't trust those motherfuckers. I think that shit is beyond homosexual. The
Soy.
trying to be 1% better every day,
That
because let
shit's
me tell you
soy.
something. It's extremely
Bro,
soy.
that
Let me
shit's
tell you
soy.
something.
Like,
It's
you're
bad, man.
fucking
It's
losers,
bad.
man. Wait, so
It's
here,
fucking
I got a question for you, man. So, like,
yeah. Go ahead.
how do you balance working and having fun? Because, like, I feel like I'm addicted to just having fun. Like, I don't really give a shit about money because I love experiences. Like, how do you balance
Yeah.
that? How do you create from the fun?
So I think you're actually doing it right, because what you're doing is you're finding the lifestyle before you find the
See,
money.
that's what I've been doing since. So I graduated college and then I just took off and I was like, fuck, dude, I'm just gonna skate and rock climb. And I've been doing that for a year. And now I'm like, what the fuck should I do for bread?
How
Like,
you surviving? How
dude,
you survive?
I'm surviving off savings. Surviving off savings right now.
Just just hemorrhaging.
Yeah. But it's fun as fuck. Like, I've literally never, like, this is fucking living, dude. This is what it's about.
100%.
Like, I'm in the mountains right now and, like, I could never, I've already set it in my head that now I could never go and work in 9 to 5. Like, it's impossible. I can't.
It's a
Like,
beautiful place to
it's
be.
too fun. Like, I'd rather live out of my car and fucking run over deer if I have to get some meat.
100%.
So then,
100.
so from here, where would you, like, what's the best recommendation? Keep going?
Well,
Just keep
well. So
shooting?
here's the thing to all this is, like, you can opt out and do that for a long time, but ultimately you kind of do have to battle test yourself in the game of capitalism and prove to yourself that you can play the game. Like, you have to prove at some point that you can make bread
Mm-hmm.
on your own two
Yeah.
will. And I'm not talking about a job. I'm talking about creating it. Here's the thing about creating. Okay, the thing about creating is that you don't need any sales training whatsoever if you see your own image in whatever it is that you're pushing. And that's the problem with the modern society. The e-com, drop shipping, Wi-Fi, crypto
It's
guys.
soy.
Yeah, these.
It's soy.
I mean, I don't even want to say it's soy. To a degree it is. It doesn't fit my lifestyle. I
It's
mean,
like
fuck,
yeah,
man.
but it's like mass production of the same like bullshit, like low quality type of shit. Like, why would you want to put out that into the world?
100%. And you're also selling somebody else's product.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
you're spiritually
I
bereft.
was hearing you
Yeah.
say that, and I read that, and I was like, damn, that's some real shit.
It is, man. And so it's like, that's why these guys need sales training and courses and have to go to 100 seminars a year, because they need the motivation to whip themselves to sell this shit, because they don't see their image in it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, once you see your image in whatever it is you're pushing, you can fucking huff those fumes all the way to the top.
Damn.
It don't take much. You know what I'm saying? I'm a product of it.
So
I'm
you
a
think you
product of it.
so you're saying create from your image, like create from the fucking stoke that you have.
Dude, exactly. And it's like man's job to find your philosophy and your ethos, and
Yeah,
then
dude,
wrap it up and
I know
put
exactly
it
what
in
you're
a
saying,
product.
man. I know exactly what you're saying with that.
Yeah.
Thanks, man.
You got it.
Can you hear me, Brute?
Yo.
Okay, so you have posed this theory before about how Michael Jordan didn't play basketball necessarily because he loved basketball. Like his real, however you put it, like his real MO in life was gambling. Do you have any like of the
Hmm.
similar theories about maybe a high achieving athlete like Tiger Woods? I mean, the guy did it all and then had the whole scandal come out with his wife. If you could like talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, the sex addict shit.
Yeah. Do you think he was a high achieving golfer because he was a sex addict?
I think anyone who's extremely talented and the best at their craft is overcompensating for something very dark, as a matter of fact.
Mm.
Norm Macdonald is another really good example. The comedian, he was an extremely degenerate gambler, and he used comedy to sublimate the gambling urge. And he basically built an entire apparatus and system of cash flow from the comedy to fund his gambling habit. Jordan did the same thing. Jordan, people do not understand the rumors that run through the grapevines, how deep they are on the shit that Jordan has bet on. The guy literally is firing 24 hours a day. But he became a billionaire so he can fucking play the game until kingdom come. You know what I'm saying? So it's like this is the whole point of life. The whole point of life is like your true talent and what truly compels you is usually coming from the darker aspect of yourself. And so you have to balance that with the light. And the light is actually building an enterprise that can sustain the dark. They have to fuel one another. It's a pulley system. It's a pulley system. And that's why the optimizers pretty much lose in the end because they forget that there is the Thonian. There's the underworld in the human condition. You know what
Right.
I mean? There's the negativity, there's the hatred, there's the anger, there's the negative emotions that give you the fuel. Let me tell you something. Life is not about raising the ceiling. It's about raising the floor. And what I mean by that is it's about raising your floor to a point. Because I'm at this point now where I still go through gruesome days and I go through hellish experiences where I'm just toiling in hell and it feels like I can't get out. But I'll tell you something objectively, my worst day on this earth is objectively better than 99.9% of everybody else's best day. And you want to get to a point as a man where you can truly say your worst fucking day on earth where you are striking out and nothing is working is still objectively better than everyone else's best day. That's where you want to be. And so it's about raising the floor. And if you're paying attention, you'll realize rapidly that by raising the floor, you're actually artificially raising the ceiling as well.
Mm.
Everything's about the bottom. Everything's about capping the bottom. Once you cap the bottom, you can play games at the highest stakes and you'll be fine.
That makes a ton of sense. It's like the optimizers are they're fighting a war they're never going to win. Eventually, what they don't want to be or what they're trying to avoid is just going to come back around. Do you think that also, like with what you're saying, that this also, of course, like stems from like just starting out with the attitude of kind of whipping yourself emotionally uh, to get yourself there, and then kind of like maintaining that?
100%. I mean, you can do the frenetic route. The frenetic route is the most brutal route, by the way. It's the route Tate took. It's the route a lot of these influencers have taken. Any outrageous personality or persona that's super fucking outrageous has to move extremely fucking quickly because time will catch up. So they have to constantly kind of run against time. Um, I spoke recently about how stimulant abuse. I truly think the reason why people like abusing stimulants, myself included, is because it does make you feel like decay is onsetting in your life. It makes you feel like you're somewhat destroying yourself, and so you have to move quicker in order to avoid the destruction. And that's like a very common experience that a lot of I mean, look, there's a reason why all the most prolific creators in the world ubiquitously all pretty much abuse coffee and cigarettes
Yeah,
or nicotine in some form. I mean,
yeah.
it's so rampant. It's so prominent from directors to just the greatest creators of all time. I mean, these substances are endemic. You know
For
what I mean?
years.
They're pervasive for a reason. Um, the explosion of America was built off of the back of tobacco and coffee consumption.
Yeah,
Innovation in general, always has substance abuse in its periphery,
fire.
and
Thank you, man.
that's just how it works. Yeah, bro. Yo, Nate,
Hey, what's going on, Brute? Can you hear me?
what's up, bro?
Hey, I was wondering if you could touch on the concept that heard you talk about quite a bit recently regarding like going on a run, specifically like high stakes runs.
Yeah, you got to amplify that question.
I, I I guess I feel like I'm on a run right now, and
Hmm.
specifically like a high stakes run, and I'm like I just resonate with it a lot when I hear you talk about it because it's especially when it's more high stakes, it makes kind of everything in life more exciting.
Yeah, so it's counterintuitive because we're gonna do it right now. But here's the deal about any kind of run. Okay, any hot streak that a man goes on, or he's just on a fucking tear. Everything's clicking, right? Every girl he talks to is receptive. Every fucking thing he touches, he's got Midas touch. Every enterprise he touches turns to gold, right? Every man goes on streaks like this that are just inexplicable, and it always stems from lack of analysis for why things are going so well. And what happens is when things are going too well in a man's life, he panics. He panics because he wants to capture and maintain the moment. And he does not want the moment to go away. So then he starts to sit there and he starts to try to reverse engineer and torture Mother Nature for her secrets as to why things are going so well. And what do you think happens? The magic is gone and it's not coming back. Because the minute you stop and you start to analyze why things are working so well, you just fucked the momentum. It's gone. So every streak happens when a man goes totally unconscious and is completely unaware of why things are going so well, which is the irony of it, right? I mean, it's not even really ironic because if you think about it, this is what the masculine ideal has always been. Game, all the manuals, all the masculinity accounts. They're trying to help people forge and craft a persona that has this kind of nonchalance baked into it, right? But the irony is, the more you're conscious of your nonchalance, the less impactful it is. The less impactful it is. It's like the best things in life will always come when you least expect them. Like, I don't care how well coordinated and how well crafted your plans are. You might 100% knock off the entire checklist and accomplish and conquer every goal that's on your piece of paper. But the amount of opportunity that you squandered while doing that is incomprehensible. That's the irony. That's the irony of the grind set types. Is you create such a tunnel vision and you're so focused and so tense and anxious about accomplishing this one thing that you end up missing all the other opportunities that could have come, that could have been 100 times better than the one that you had your eyes on. So you never analyze a run until afterwards, because as I've always said, introspection and analysis is only valuable in retrospect. I'm all for it. You know what I'm saying? You got a big victory. You want to treat yourself. You want to fly yourself to fucking Italy and take a week off. Go for it. During that week, you want to look back and think about all the things that worked and all the things that didn't and make fine tunings and improvements. Go for it. You won. Makes total sense to look back in retrospect and analyze. But rarely in the moment of battling and having to get through an obstacle does that sort of clarity and epiphany ever reveal itself. It's always post hoc. It's always after the fact. You just got to keep going. You just got to keep going. I don't think people truly understand how the world rewards those who continue to move. It's like the greatest fucking, it's the panacea to everything. It's the panacea to fucking everything. Rest just doesn't work. Even when you're hurt, even when you're hurting, even when you're hobbling, even when you're, even, you know, I've had some pretty nasty fucking ankle injuries in my life. I used to play ball in high school. I was a basketball player, and I've sprained my ankle hundreds of times. And it never worked for me to lay up on the couch and put ice on it. It always helped me to limit compensation, which means try not to limp and just walk on it. I healed like 30 times faster. So the same is true for anything. If you just keep moving, there's like a natural novocaine that's produced and it just sort of naturally mediates itself. Any kind of injury could be emotional. You just got to keep moving.
Yeah, totally. I think, and another thing you talk about, it's kind of somewhat related, is shedding lives. And you touched on it there a
Getting
little
what?
bit, like shedding lives, like basically moving on, pivoting quickly. Some people stay stuck in certain things for years, and they are not agile. And there's a massive benefit to being able to like pivot on a dime and kind of shed lives much quicker.
100%. 100%. Appreciate you.
Thanks, Bert.
Robust brain. Robust brain.
Hello.
Yo,
What's up, man?
what's up, buddy?
Um, yeah, no, I think you're absolutely right. When somebody hits that level of success, they have to keep going, honestly. Because like once you get the momentum going, it can be like a snowball, or it can get hit with a concrete barrier and it's just done.
100%. Is that the extent of your contribution?
No, 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 no. I was gonna ask, what have you done in your life that you're like really proud of, like that you've created yourself, not just taken over, like created.
My spaces, man. You're listening to it right now.
Yeah.
I've built a very comprehensive library. If you go back and you listen to every space that I've ever done, which are uploaded online, you have access to an almanac.
Of your knowledge
It's
that
a
you've made.
100%. It's a fucking companion.
Yeah.
It's a fucking full blown companion. The whole story gets stitched together in a mosaic. Everything makes a lot more sense if you hear all the spaces combined, so you can kind of synthesize the philosophy. Absolutely, this is my art.
So you're more of a philosophical type of person, and this
I
is your way of
mean,
expressing it.
I've done tons of fucking things that are fucking elite in my life. You
Nice.
know, I've had tons of 0.01% experiences, and here's the thing: you don't have to have money to penetrate the aristocratic experience. Let me give you an example. You could be the most broke motherfucker on this spaces right now, and you could get off the spaces when we're done, and you could walk into a Whole Foods, and you could go to the raw cheese section, and you could go get yourself a fucking slice, a wheel of fat bottom girl cheese, which is like $60 a pound. It's cave aged. It's a sheep's cheese. Grows in Northern California in a very specific way. And simply by fucking eating that piece of cheese, that's an experience that 0.0000001% of the world will ever have, of just eating that quality fucking piece of cheese. That
Now
that type
that's just putting things into perspective of yourself. Like when you realize, like, hey, I live in like 2024. I
exactly.
nobody had access to all sorts of things that I have
Exactly,
access.
brother. Exactly. That's my point. So like people don't even understand what's right under their nose. You can have very unique, prolific experiences. Like, cause how many people are willing to pony up $60 for a piece of cheese? Not many. But even if you're broke, you could still afford that and you could enjoy a quality product that nobody else has really tasted before. That's my fucking point. So like when you're just starting out, if you can gather these types of unique experiences that really don't take a lot, you can literally become an aristocrat in one day. And what's my point in that? My point in that, it's all about self-image. It's all about self-image. By treating yourself to these types of experiences, you're cultivating a self-image that you're worthy of that. And then everything that you do in conjunction with those actions starts to kind of reinforce and upholster that mentality. It's all about treating yourself right. So
Yeah,
when you're broke and you're fucked up and you're homeless and you're in whatever, you're struggling, most people do the opposite. Most people let themselves go. They abandon themselves. They stop brushing their teeth. They literally will wear the same fucking sweats and hoodie for fucking 2 weeks. They stop showering. Winners never throw themselves in the trash, no matter how hard they're struggling.
absolutely. Yeah, you don't hear of them doing that. Because usually they're cut from a different cloth, though. But you keep talking about experiences, though. What about a young man or woman who just doesn't know themselves yet and they don't know what direction they want to go? What would you say to them?
I would say fucking take the floor out from underneath you and you will be in survival mode and you will figure out who you are real quick. Real quick.
That's what did it for me. I was just hungry, couldn't afford to eat anything, and I just got tired of the shitty situation, decided to pick my life up. So yeah, you're right. So we agree on that.
Bang, bang. Appreciate you.
All right. Well, that's all I really had to add to the conversation. But thank you for letting me speak.
What's up, Euros?
Hey, what's up, man?
What's going on?
Did you say that the Joker or his team or whatever is the one who's doing manipulation or planting games or whatever? And regarding
Fuck yeah.
of all tennis players, and regarding high achievers like him, do you have a take on him and high achievers in their dark side?
Dude, that guy's the greatest athlete I've ever fucking witnessed in my life. Guy was born in a fucking Serbian war zone, has ancestral memories of his people being fucking maimed, and he's an enraged, dark motherfucker who's harnessed it. The guy literally has a steel trap of a mind. I've never seen the guy never folds, is the bottom line. I've seen that dude dig himself the deepest holes in tennis where it just looks insurmountable. There's like the average person would never be able to dig themselves out of a hole. Motherfucker is so poised. And he just has this extra gear that he knows how to kick into, and he just starts fucking torching you. Just an iron fucking mindset. The guy's unfucking believable. Unfucking believable what he's accomplished. Unreal. I think he is the greatest modern athlete by far.
So does
And tennis is a very, very underrated sport, by the way. People do not give enough respect to the sort of athleticism and basically the mental game that you have to have. The mental in tennis is fucking unbelievable. To come back from a deficit and win a match when you're in a deep hole and you're fucking up and shit, it's immense. And then you have other prolific figures like Nick Kyrgios, who's way the opposite. He's a fucking nutcase, right? He's a fucking head case and he has emotional outbursts and explosions on court. I like him too, just for different reasons.
so it doesn't sound like the Joker would be planting people to collapse or whatever.
Nah. That's not the case, bro. That's the fucking ace of spades up the sleeve. Do you understand? It's the ace of spades up the sleeve in case of an emergency. He lost 2 of 3 matches to this guy last year. He lost 2 of 3. He's When the match first started, if you could read body language, you could see there was a slight, even the best in the world had a little bit of intimidation. And he was getting cooked. Cooked. So yes, that person was planted 100% in the audience, brother. The best in the world still got fucking aces of spades up their sleeves when they need to, right, buddy? You know what I'm saying? That was the fire alarm. That was the emergency throw the kitchen sink at the situation.
Nice, thanks.
But I appreciate your input. I'm gonna keep it moving. Dionysus. Yo.